Okay, in terms of the whole drizzle thing, it's not even worth acknowledging because it's just like, it's an insult to my intelligence to acknowledge it. But something I keep thinking about and it just pleases me so. It's not like this yet, but this is the world that I dream of. I dream of a world where women have the power that men have. Where we are the people who make up the majority of office. We make up the majority of political positions, make up the majority of CEOs, make up the majority of people in finance. We're the ones who have all the power in society.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So your dream is the complete and utter collapse of society, huh? Well, I can't say I'm surprised. After all, you claim that Drizzle isn't worth acknowledging because it's an insult to your imaginary intelligence, yet here you are, about to rant on this very subject. And for the record, we already have countless examples of women in positions of power in business, politics, and finance, and guess what? The entire planet is in shambles, and your solution to all of this is to give women even more power? Woman, you can't even decide what you want for dinner to the point that you'll put a man on blast for not planning everything for you. How can you possibly plan on fixing the world economy, defending your nation, and keeping your business profitable when you get so angry at a man for not magically knowing what you want for dinner when you have no idea what you want yourself?
I would love to be in my 50s and my 60s and dating guys in their 20s just so they can like sit around and look pretty and I have the resources and I give them the resources at my leisure. And they're just around to make me look good in social environments. And they have my arms and they make me feel young. I love the idea of that world. We're not there yet. If y'all think you're gonna get beautiful young women to shower you in gifts, no. That's just not the way the world works right now. But you guys are more than welcome to go get yourselves a sugar mama.
Say what now?
Hey Toots, just because the accepted solution for women to make money has been to become actual prostitutes, the same rules don't apply for men. We don't have to become gigolos. In fact, many of us don't want to. We have too much dignity. But you literally just said that we don't live in a world where men can get sugar mamas, but your solution is for men to go out there and find sugar mamas, which none of us really want to do. That's neither here nor there. That is the least of your problems. The bigger problem here is that you're obviously broke. How do I know this? It's because you're blaming society and men for you not being able to effectively buy a man to make you feel pretty and young. Well, maybe not necessarily buy. You'd be in your 60s and a young man can only tolerate so much old woman stench before needing to air out his clothes.
In the meantime, I think women, the young women, should either be dating men who give them resources and provide for them, or they should be alone and running for office, getting into finance, getting their finances in order, starting businesses. So in 30, 40 years, we can have the upper hand and then we can drizzle something on y'all if y'all cute enough. How about that?
I must have missed 60 minutes. What are you saying?
Have you been locked in a dungeon for the last 30 to 40 years? How is it that you're acting like women are somehow trapped in this life of indentured servitude when you've been placed in actual positions of power in the political, financial, and private sectors? We should know. You never shut up about it. And yet, with all of this power that you have, the world is in complete and utter shambles. Human pair bonding has been destroyed thanks to your quote-unquote businesses. Your leadership positions have led to societal collapse of literal nations, and lest we forget, it was a woman's stunning and brave leadership that destroyed one of the most popular beer brands on the face of the planet. So this just begs the question, if you were able to do this with almost no power, what do you think would happen if you had more?
And as long as y'all talking about some drizzle and making your little TikToks or whatever you're doing, instead of hitting gym, clocking the fuck in, you're gonna be losing this race. You're gonna be falling behind, and you're already very behind. You're behind and you had a head start. So I suggest you log off and clock in.
You go, girl! You get it, girl! You hear that? You got it, girl!
You know what? I got nothing. I have no idea what you're talking about, sister. Clocking in? Are you insinuating that we aren't gainfully employed or something? I thought that men had all of the power and were oppressing you. And it's amazing how you can claim that you're a victim of this all-powerful oppressive force known as men, and yet you're not only able to openly talk smack about these men who have apparently dominated your very existence, but you do it openly on the world stage for the entire planet to witness and suffer zero consequences from this oppressor of yours. And before you try to come up with some some type of intellectual response because we know you're not capable of doing so, let me remind you, Drizzle is a parody. It is a joke that makes fun of your entitled attitude, and it went completely over your head. So maybe you should just put down the phone, go clock in, and sit out this particular race. Because if you can't tell an obvious joke from reality, then it's probably a good thing that you don't have any power.
You blew it. Capiche?
Since there's so many men out there hopping aboard that drizzle movement, I thought I would do my very good duty and give you guys some advice on how to actually land yourself a wealthy woman. So here's what you need to understand about wealthy women. They take exceptional care of themselves. They're vibrant, they're charming, they're physically fit, they're attractive, educated, cultured, and they're often involved in philanthropic causes. They'll want companions to look and act the part because she has many options. There is a long line of men vying for that spot.
Really?
Well, look who it is. Hello there, Gertrude. It is nice to see you. Still giving out terrible life advice that nobody asked for, I take it. Well, good for you. You look destitute, which is why I have trouble understanding why you think you know about the lifestyles of rich women. How could you possibly know anything about that? Judging from the fact that you're filming from your bedroom of an obvious one-bedroom apartment, you clearly don't know anything from first-hand experience. And any woman who's wealthy doesn't need to employ the services of a divorcee when it comes to finding a relationship, so you're clearly not working with them either. So Gertrude, I am forced to assume that you're basing this knowledge on a few romantic comedies and possibly a couple of British shows about multicultural 14th century aristocrats.
So, how many days are you hitting that gym? Do you golf? Do you play tennis, pickleball? Are you a pleaser? How's your stamina? Are you well-groomed and well-dressed? Do you smoke? If you have a mouthful of brown teeth from years of cigarette smoking and a scraggly, overgrown beard that is 4 different colors, clean it up. Get some Crest white strips. Get a decent haircut. Trim hair where it doesn't belong. Clothing doesn't need to be fancy. She'll take care of that for you, but make sure what you do have is clean, no holes or stains. Don't look like you rolled out of a laundry hamper.
You! I will think of you as I throw up into the toilet.
Oh, Gertrude, you silly little dame. Do you really think it's appropriate grown-up behavior, especially for a woman your age, to straight up insult men who are able to trigger you thanks to a meme? Gertrude, you're being condescending. And not only are you being condescending, you're doing a god-awful job at it to boot. Your go-to insult to men who are able to outwit you with 2 words, by the way, is to either say that we have no money or that we're nothing but a brood of flabby, incompetent oafs who are incapable of operating a shower without a woman reminding us. Not only is that a blatant falsehood like 99.9% of the time, it's also uninspired, unoriginal, and uninteresting. Come on, Gertrude, if you're gonna try and insult us, you're gonna have to try a little bit harder than not at all.
Most importantly, are you a good conversationalist? Are you well-read? Do you follow politics? Do you ask questions? Listen, are you a gentleman? Do you care about others? Now, if you are covering most of these bases, you may actually have a shot at landing yourself a drizzle situation. But if you aren't, you're giving other women a really good laugh.
Oh, is that so, Gertrude? Well, that's interesting because I'm not seeing any women laughing, but what I am seeing are a bunch of crusted out, salty old broads whose panties are getting in a bind over a bunch of men who are making fun of you. You're trying to assume that men think like you. We don't. There isn't enough grain alcohol we can chug to make us that stupid. Men have a biological inclination to build, create, and compete. Why would we want to mooch off your lack of an apparent legacy when we're too busy building a real one for ourselves? You act like you hold the upper hand in the situation, but if that were the case, why is it that you're the one getting defensive and we're the ones having all the fun? Relax, Gertrude. We don't want you. We never have, and we never will.
That's funny because it's so true. Drizzle drizzle means I'm too broke to make it rain. Drizzle drizzle means you need to make an appointment with your urologist. Stat. Drizzle drizzle means I'm so maidenless that all I do with my time is comment drizzle drizzle into the comment sections of women that I would have to pay to spend time with me.
Let's play.
Hey, that's not fair, woman. I can, in fact, make it rain. The only problem is I don't think I can build up enough water pressure in my garden hose to wash off all that makeup you got caked all over your face. Seriously, how do you do that? I'm almost impressed. I'm not even convinced my power washer would work on that either. I mean, I suppose the neighborhood fire hydrant would be an effective tool to hose you down, but then I'd have to get a wrench, and I don't feel like putting in that kind of effort. It's a known fact that 99% of your personality is that makeup you got plastered on your face. The remaining 1% involves making fun of men who have better things to do with their time than chase down loose women who only have one thing to offer. And that typically comes in the form of something that does require a urologist to treat. And even if I did have that kind of time, I'm not willing to sacrifice the dignity.
Drizzle drizzle means mom, call the maintenance man. Drizzle drizzle means you're so unoriginal that you have to piggyback off the creativity of women. I have yet to see one person with a picture of their actual face as their profile picture using the phrase drizzle drizzle.
Let's do this.
Oh, you poor diluted little broad. You smirk as if you think you owned us, but all you've done is proven the point. You are so worthless that you can't even tell the difference between parody and reality, to the point where if a man takes 2 seconds out of his day to make fun of you, it takes you 3 hours to come up with burns that can at best be described as pitifully less than mild. You then spent another hour slacking makeup on your face to the point where you look like a street walking clown. Then you spend even more time setting up your camera, your lighting, filming, editing, and posting onto social media, not to mention the probable hour it took to polish up that ring you got lodged through your septum. So you wasted a massive chunk of your day in a pathetic attempt to try to humiliate us when all you did was embarrass yourself. And all it took for a dude to evoke such an irrational response from you was to post 2 words in your comments section. So on behalf of all men everywhere, I would like to say, drizzle drizzle, woman. And that's gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button. Maybe leave a couple of comments, ring that notification bell, share this video, and let's give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Keep on keeping on, and don't let the bastards get you down. And until next time, peace out, homies.